Hey, what's up? This is Bryson from OTK, Team OTK. This is my hero update. As you all know, History Dial is coming out, so I decided to play this more often. Um, actually, I was playing more Heretics more than Heroes lately, but because of History Dial coming out, I want to start getting back into this because um, with him out, he's probably gonna be make the deck more broken and more competitive. So I'm just going to show you what I have right now because I did make some changes, so let's get on with it. So of course we got our the 3 Alias and the 1 Stratos. It's standard in most hero builds, so don't really need to explain anything. Got your mass hero targets because this is the mass hero deck. Usually you only need 1, but I put 2 because I can go for the OTK with the 2 blade armor in my extra. 2 Veiler. 2 is alright, 2 is good in this deck. You only need 2. I don't like running 3 because you do want to get off above man in this deck. And then the last monster, there's 10 monsters total. I put in Gores. I put in Gores because there's a lot of chainables in this deck, and it's easy to clear out your field with the. Because you're not only clearing out your field just to get him out, you're also clearing out your field to stop your opponent's plays. Because there's a lot of like Solomon bottomless. Yeah, it's all about the chainables and the mass changes, and the super polys are also chainable. So that also gets rid of your field if they stop it. And then that's it for the monsters. There's 10 I said. On to the spells, you got your 3 boss Miracle Fusions. I like running it at 3. Don't ever think it's cloggy because it's not. It's easy to dump your heroes into the grave. The second good big card in this, big spell in this deck is the Mass Changes. Combos off with this, and just basically when you get them out, especially Diane turbos through your monsters in your deck, makes your gem sparks alive, able to go into exceeds if you already have L4s. And then here's your Rhoda and your 3 E-calls. Yeah, I gotta haul it out. Yeah, very sexy. You only have 10 heroes, 10 monsters, 7 of them which are heroes. So you want to have all the searches you can get. Plus, you can just set this and get your Bubble Man off, and then go for the monster search. And plus, you can chain this to a Super Poly or chain those cards to this card. That way, so you make it so your opponent misses the timing on cards like Torrential Tribute, because after it's summoned, this goes off as part of the chain. So it really goes great with cards like that. 2 Pot of Duality. This deck does a lot of special summoning. You kind of still need this in this deck. It's pretty in handy because you only have 10 monsters. It digs through your deck for you. Most of them are spells, and you can still use the spells. You don't have to special summon that turn. 2 Gem Spark. This is supposed to be lowered to 2 in a mass hero build, only because you don't want to. Your objective is not to go for the the little mini engine of Gem Spark Hero Blast. Get your alias back. You want to be able to search for mass targets and get them off, and you want alias in the grave for Miracle Fusion plays, because you usually go for the Shining. And then what's different about the deck now is not 1 but 2 Super Poly. Escurial Doll is coming out very soon, and a lot of my players and my locals, they like to play Chaos decks, Dino Rabbits, so it's good to main these for me. This is my meta call. Even if I neck deck this deck right here, I don't see a lot of dead draws with this card. Even if you get clogged with this, you can still discard this one, so it's not so dead anymore. And just taking your opponent's monster is just broken, and they can't do anything about it. And if you I'll show you combo after I'm done with the deck. It's with straddles, so it's pretty broken. Especially when the Scurry Dog comes out, you have a target. As long as there's a monster in the field, you always have a target. Future Fusion, a nice tech in this card. It's pretty nutty. It's pretty bad. Bamf. If you're first turning this with the Miracle Fusion you play, you're already set up with heroes in your graveyard. You don't have to play it right away. Usually I just wait until the main target I use for is Ab-Zero. I wait till it comes out, then I go off and just push for game after that. But unless I'm in a tight situation, then I'll start using it, because I don't want to lose. Then you got your staples. Very delicious staples. Monster Born, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Book of Moon. Really love them. Monster Born with the Blade Armor or Stratos is broken. Onto the traps. That's 20 spells, so that means there's gonna be 10 traps. This is a 40 card deck. You got 1 Hero Blast. A lot of people see it at 2, but 1 because the same reason with the Gem Spark. This isn't light beat. This is a master hero. You focus on your master heroes, big fat Miracle Fusion plays. Solemn Brigade. This is still very good in this format. I don't run Dark Bribe anymore, so I always thought Dark Bribe was good, but if you think about it, it's not that good because the card, I mean, they don't really care if you negate it or not, unless it's like a big, it's like so important that they activate it, then that's the only time it's bad. But they don't mind drawing off of it if you negate it. They don't really care. Like in Chaos Dragons, yeah, they can live with that draw. So, and plus the only thing I would ever usually Dark Bribe is a Heavy Storm, and really Heavy Storming isn't not that great to keep a Dark Bribe just for that. So that's why I took it out, and I'll show you what I put it in for. 2 Bottomless because it's so good against Chaos Dragons and whatnot. 2 Torrential because Wildheart loves to be in it. And then the last 2 traps, Compulsory. I think this is a very good card in this this format, because I believe field presence is very important, because with the Chaos Dragons, the Light Pulsar, Red Eyes Loop, and just returning it to their hand, they have to waste materials in their graveyard. Light and Dark, you know, especially when they're trying to work around with the Dark Armed. It really sucks for them because they have to if you just compulse the Red Eyes, they have to, their loop is gone already. And if they bring out Dark Armed, you know, just right after they pop something, just flip this and it's gone for the meantime. And also it just stops a lot of field present plays. 6 Sams, they need 6 Sams on the field if Xian's not already out. But usually I get them off the field before Xian is out. So that's it for the main deck. Onto the extra deck. Got your 2 Shining. Yes, always run 2 or more. I try to keep it at its limits at 2, but it works out really great just at 2. 1 Ab-Zero. There used to be 2. I took out 1. The only reason why I took out 1 is because I really don't like Miracle Fusing for Ab-Zero. That's the reason why the only reason why I took it out is because I don't bring 2 out all the time. It's very rare that I take out 2. This is for the Miracle, not the Miracle, but the Future Fusion play. That's the only time he ever comes out now, and you don't really need to make that Miracle Fusion with him because you don't get your monsters back. And what's important is getting your monsters back with Shining, so you can get Seed right after that, or Super Poly with the Stratos that you just got back. Because the combo that I'm going to teach you has a lot to do with Stratos. Nova Master, Great Tornado, Gaia. Future Fusion, Super Poly target, sorry, I'm kind of tired. Yeah, you need that or Super Poly won't be versatile. And then you got your Masked Heroes. I don't really go for this card anymore, but it is important to have, especially when there's like Torrentials and whatnot. This card is just like another Wild Heart, except for the fact that it's not only not only trash but everything, so it makes it very very good. Acid, Bamf with the Ab-Zero, take out their monsters and their spells without. It's kind of like a Harpy Feather Dust and a Rikeki. It's pretty broken, and I like to go into this a lot. This turbo suited deck. It's a big fat beater. You don't even have to use Wild Heart, Mass Change on Wild Heart right away. You can just set it and just wait for them to think that they got the push, and then you just activate it right when they want to attack you, and right when they set up to just mob your Wild Heart. But they don't know that Wild Heart is just a 28 beater waiting to happen. So that's why I like this. There's ways to get over Veiler with this guy. Mass Change is a quick play, so you can just activate in the battle phase, and then Veiler can't go off. So, and there's also ways where you can make them miss the time again with the E-Call and the E-Call chain Mass Change. You make them miss timing. You make them miss the chance to use Veiler. That's why, if you know how to use this deck, it is very, very good. It's very competitive if you know how to use this deck. People don't think this deck is very competitive because they don't know how to use it. This is not a autopilot deck. This is a deck where you have to think and just play around with the heroes effect, the mechanics of the game. That's how you use heroes effectively. We're done with the fusions now. We're gonna go on to the Exceed monsters. I have Steel Swarm, Gem Knight Pearl, 2 Blade Armor, Maestroke, and Utopia. I used to have Papilloparative, but it's too situational. He's too weak. There's a lot more things I'd rather go into than going into something that just flips defense position monsters. And Spirit Reaper isn't really a problem with this deck. There's so many ways to get rid of it. I used to not run this, but it is very good to have. I consider it a staple in rank 4s now. It's pretty big and it negates monsters, so I was kind of stupid to think that I don't need to run it. Maestroke, pretty good. Zen mains of the rank 4s. 2 Blade Armor. This card one of them will be taken out for Excalibur, because Excalibur gets really big. This guy can attack twice, yes I know. That's why only one of him is needed. You can still pull off that OTK with Excalibur and taking one of these out. The reason why I like Excalibur is because if you see, a lot of the rank 4s are not that very tough. That's why I have Gem Knight Pearl in here, because I like to exceed after. Usually I have Miracle Fuse, Bubble Man, and Neosalius. So the reason why I keep him in here is because he's a big fat chunky dude with a lot of attack power. Gets over quite a lot of stuff, but still not big enough, so that Excalibur is going to be really helpful, I think, in the format, or in this build. And then the Steel Storm Roach, again, Chaos Dragons. There's a lot in my locals, and I just like taking care of them, making sure that they don't get their stupid light pulsers and whatnot off. Yeah, I understand that there's so much stuff that can run over it, but usually I have back row to protect that. And game 1, their only ways of destroying back row is Lilas and Raikos and what is that card? Heavy Storm, yeah. So I'm not really worried about it. If you play right, you will get that advantage over them just having him on the field, because they have to wait turns and turns, and I don't think they really like just burning his materials up, because that just wastes their monsters when they can just wait until go off. So I think that's very good to have. And right now I'm going to teach you the Super Poly technique with Stratos. So usually I like to have one monster in my hand. So it's feel for Mere Confusion. So usually I like if this is in your hand, you can just summon Stratos, activate his effect, and then if they do something besides Solemn Warning, after Solemn Warning you can't do anything. But hey, why would they do that when they have Veiler in hand? They think they're gonna negate his effects. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you can get over Veiler with this card, because you summon him, activate his effect, they Veiler, they try to do something, you activate Super Poly, and whatever monster you can pick whatever monster. It doesn't matter if you pick Shine or there's only Light. There's so many advantages. It doesn't matter if you don't get the heroes back, because there's no heroes in the banished zone. It doesn't matter. It's about taking their field presence. That's what I like about this card. Not only do you get that chance of just wasting their Veilers, you also take their own monster, give yourself a big stick, and then while you're at it, here's the other thing: you chain Super Poly to Stratos, and after say it's a Light, yeah, after it resolves, Super Poly's done. Then Stratos comes in, activate his effect. There is now one hero on the field. So not only do you make him waste his Veiler, waste whatever besides Solemn Warning, you also get to pop a back row, and they miss the timing on this because Stratos' effect is still in the chain link. They can't break the chain link. This is what I mean by not breaking, but taking advantage of the mechanics of chain links. They can't cut in with the torrentials, bottomlesses, quick plays of any kind that just tries to rid of it when he's summoned, because Stratos' effect has to resolve because you chained Super Poly to it. That's what makes this card so good. And I think that people underrate this because of the cost and whatnot, but it is so good to have. Spell speed 4, they can't do crap about it. You can play around it. That's why this deck is so good if you know how to use it. So that's all I have for you guys today. Look out for duel videos on Top Dueling Network with this deck, this exact deck. This is my I put this on my my Dueling Network profile. So just stay tuned, and I'll make videos, duel videos for this deck to help you guys understand how to use this deck, or what I do in situations. I'm not perfect though. I will misplay, but usually I do make the best choices I can with whatever I have. So that's it for this deck. I'm not doing this side. I'll work on the side later. Maybe I'll work on it or show you guys when my Screw Dial comes out, and I get the whole stuff for that to make for the Screw Dial build. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This is the update to my Master Heroes. Check out the channel, comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is Bryson again. Thanks for watching.